Cookstar. Oh man, this claw machine thing is really good. There's no pink medicine in here. I don't know what Josh was telling me about. Hold on a second.
He never said there was medicine. He said he thought it
Hello?
was medicine.
Oh, hold on, dude. Hold on. There's someone on the phone. Hello?
Okay.
Wait. So what? You're telling me that Cooking Mama, Cooking Mama stole my credit card account? Why would she do this? I, why would she do this?
Man, first Tony's Pizza and now Cooking Mama? Hey everyone, Demetri here.
It's I think I 2800.
Ah, shut up. You can always get another credit card. Here to bring you another discussion, and this is going to be by far the weirdest one we've ever done. I don't know what it is, but 2020 keeps on getting weirder and worse by every month. In January, we had the Australian wildfires and threats of World War III right at the beginning. Then February comes along and it's pretty tame. We got some dumb memes, and sadly that was the highlight of the year. Thanks, Hal Stewart. And then in March, we have the whole pandemic. So how could it possibly get worse? April comes along, and we find out that Cooking Mama on the Switch is apparently stealing your personal information and selling it to mine for cryptocurrency. Never in a million years would I have ever thought this would be a thing.
If we've learned anything from the Fairly Odd Parents, is to not say, what can possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go right then?
Uh,
No, but in all
gotta be a
seriousness,
phrase that exists. Mm-hmm.
we are not being insensitive or anything. It's just a joke. Yes, the
Yeah.
pandemic is far more serious than some Cooking Mama thing on the Switch. You know, during these dark times, we just like to make light out of things, and talking about something that's just so bizarre and so weird and also so funny at the same time, this had to
Right.
be discussed. And this is coming from a channel that mainly talks about Nintendo and Mario related stuff. So to talk about a game during the Wii era that some would consider shovelware, that's pretty funny to talk about because
Well, I mean, I wouldn't could. I guess now it would be considered shovelware, but back in the DS days, Cooking Mama was pretty popular.
yeah, so I'll give you a little bit of history about my experience with the Cooking Mama series. So, when I got a Wii, it was in April of 2010, and the only games I had for it for a while were Wii Sports and Wii Play. And let's be real,
Mm.
the only reason why anyone had Wii Play is so they could get the Wii Remote bundled with it. Come on. That was everyone, right? Because for
Uh,
$40 you could get the standalone Wii Remote, but for 50 you could get the Wii Remote and a game. So you bet I'm gonna get Wii Play. Then I got New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and then I got a ton of like these shovelware games. I had Madagascar's. I had a few others. I think there was this Chuck E. Cheese party game thing. And then I had Cooking Mama. There were probably a few others, but these were the ones I remembered the most. I remember playing Cooking Mama a little bit, but I remember my sister liking it a lot more. It's just really wasn't the kind of game for me. I was really into New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and I got Mario Kart shortly after. So I played a little bit of Cooking Mama. It was pretty fun. And a little bit of history about the developer who made Cooking Mama. The original developer of the game was Majesco, which they developed a few shovelware type games for the Wii. I'm looking at the list of stuff they made right now. Let's see what we got here. Alvin and the Chipmunks The Squeakquel, Alvin and the Chipmunks Shipwrecked, Attack of the Movies 3D, BattleBots
Wow.
Design and Destroy.
Mm.
They did
I
make
could
some
tell that.
Bomberman, or they did make some Bomberman games. That's pretty cool.
Oh, really? Which one?
It says Bomberman Jetters, Bomberman Max 2, Bomberman Max 2, Blue and it's actually two games, Blue and Red Advance. So I don't know what kind of games those are, but I'm getting some Pokemon vibes right there. Then they had
Okay. Well,
they actually made some good games. I saw a tweet saying they were exclusively shovelware, but they did make A Boy and His Blob, and I heard that was pretty good. Like the
did
remake of
they?
it.
They made the remake?
Yeah. And another thing they did is that
Okay.
they produced some of the later Sega Genesis consoles along with some Game Gear consoles in the late 90s, along with publishing some games for them. I know they made the Model 3 Genesis, and I know they had a revised Game Gear. So that's a little bit of history of Majesco, the developer of Cooking Mama. So then they had a smash hit with Cooking Mama on the Wii and DS. It was a perfect game for that era. A lot of people are feeling nostalgic towards the Wii and DS era nowadays. So that's why we're seeing a little bit more stuff from that era like Clubhouse games and Brain Age. And even Ring Fit Adventure is kind of a callback to Wii Fit. So then we get Cooking Mama.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Good fit for the Switch. Has the Joy-Cons and everything. And you know what? Considering a little bit the nostalgia that's going on for that generation, I would kind of expect it. One thing I'd never expect in a million years, though, is that there's a rumor going on that Cooking Mama Cookout on the Switch is being used as a tool mining for cryptocurrency. So this game was actually not developed by Majesco or even published by them. Rather, it was developed by Cooking Mama Limited and published by Planet Entertainment. So a little bit of history about this wild rumor right here. Cooking Mama for the Switch came and went. It had no release date, eventually just came out with a short trailer on Twitter, then was on the eShop for a few hours, then quickly pulled down. Any traces of its existence were completely wiped. Then, apparently some physical copies are out there, and those are becoming hard to find. So people are wondering what the heck was going on with this. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So then, this wild rumor comes out today about how it's being used to sell your personal information and it mines for cryptocurrency. And the way you can tell it's mining for cryptocurrency is when your Switch overheats while playing it.
Oh, that's terrible.
I mean, it is
Oh
terrible for
man.
sure. That's awful right there. But it's funny because Cooking Mama, out of all
Out of all
games,
games,
I would have
yeah.
expected something from EA to do this. But Cooking Mama?
EA.
That would be like
Yeah.
if Just Dance had something like this.
Well, it'd be a reason for Ubisoft to stop making them.
I think 2020 is the last one they're gonna do.
I doubt it. I doubt it very much.
Well, we know that it's the last one on the Wii. But anyways, so here's what we know about it so far. So there hasn't been anything confirmed yet. The cryptocurrency thing is just a rumor. Considering how weird it is, I wouldn't put it past them because something like that, if a game is taken down from the eShop and every trace of its existence is scrubbed, there has to be something going on with the game. But then
Hmm.
what we hear is that Cook. This is a funny tweet right here. This comes from Morgan Causing Mayhem on Twitter, and it
Hmm.
says, "Cooking Mama Cookstar sounds like a fake video game. New video game in a beloved franchise made by a completely different developer. Uses your Nintendo Switch for Bitcoin mining and was only officially available for 4 hours. No one's gonna believe that in like 10 to 15 years." But no, this actually happened. So what we're gonna find out is if it actually did, or if it's just accused of mining for cryptocurrency with Switch consoles. So the developers denied any allegations. But what else I've been hearing about Cooking Mama on the or Cookout, yeah, it's not Cookout, Cookstar, is that the reason your Switch will overheat, because this is actually true right here. We don't know about the cryptocurrency mining. This is actual truth right here. Your Switch can overheat if you play the game. But apparently this is because it didn't erase the DRM code in it well enough. It was kind of a shoddy job. So that's what I've been hearing.
That is not good. That's very shady,
Yeah, it is pretty shady. But
especially for a franchise like Cooking Mama. And it's not like the biggest franchise in the world, but it carries a little bit of weight with it. It's a niche, but it's nostalgic for like people who played the DS and the Wii. So that's,
it
to
was a
me, it's
product of
funny,
its
but it's
time.
also kind of surprising. Yeah,
The
for
reason why
sure.
it's funny is because of how surprising it is. That's the reason why
Yeah.
we're even doing this, because if the Cooking Mama game just came out and that was it, I don't think we'd ever talk about it. But considering what's going on,
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, uh, I've never played a Cooking Mama game. I have friends who have played Cooking Mama. Um, I'm curious, because I never saw the trailer for this game. Did the game look like shovelware? Like, did it look like it was last gen, or did it look like pretty decent? Like, I'm genuinely curious.
Man, all the questions you have. We have a game accused of mining cryptocurrency, and you're curious to know if it looked like shovelware.
No, 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 because it leads into my next question.
So, Mama Cookstar on the Switch, it kind of had this 3D thing. It looked polished,
Hmm.
but it also looked a little bit like shovelware. I wouldn't say it was the
Okay,
best looking game out there,
because
but
I feel like, I, yeah, because I feel like the first off, it wasn't the same developers. I don't. Were they? Were they the same developers that
no.
made the original Cooking Mama game? No, right? So first off, that's already a little bit sketchy right there, and it's not the same publishers either, right?
Right.
So it's very interesting for the fact that I don't think this has ever happened on the Switch so far. I don't know if this has happened on the Wii. Probably not, since I don't even think that was really a big deal back in the day during the Wii
No,
era.
that could have never
But
happened on the Wii because the
yeah,
Wii, it was not really fit for online. The only updated game we got was Skyward Sword with the patch.
right,
So it'd be possible
uh,
on something like the Wii U maybe, but what's
right.
probably going on is that the game was DRM based, which is digital rights management, so pretty much just avoiding
Hmm.
piracy. So that on the
Right.
Switch, it's kind of dinky, and it's not physically possible to do. So we can
Um,
confirm that Cooking Mama on the Switch isn't mining bitcoins from your Switch or cryptocurrency of any sort. So it's not doing that. But the release is sketchy to say the least. And just for your own safety, I would not suggest putting Cooking Mama on your Switch because, for one, if a game is accused of something like that, it's probably not a good idea to even test it out for yourself. Two, the overheating thing is confirmed. And three,
mhm.
you're gonna waste your Switch on Cooking Mama? Out of any game
Oh,
if that would ever do this, Cooking
yeah.
Mama?
Hmm. I so my other thing is that Nintendo themselves took it down from the eShop about 4 hours later. Well, actually, I'm not sure. Was it the publishers that took it down or Nintendo?
I believe it was Nintendo.
Okay, so that tells. I think, to be honest, I think that tells you everything about the situation right now, because knowing Nintendo, they would not let this fly with their own first party games, um, at all. This is a bad look. And I think this is gonna like hurt. I think this is gonna hurt the Cooking Mama franchise going forward. If there even is a franchise to go with anymore. I know there was like a couple of 3DS Cooking Mama games, I think, to my knowledge, but I don't know. That's very sketchy, and I'm not sure if the cryptocurrency thing is real. I'm not sure if the developers did this purposefully, or if they did this because they were lazy or greedy or stupid.
I would just say if they didn't remove the code properly, it was just laziness. If it actually does
Right.
mine for cryptocurrency, which, that's very unlikely, it's probably
Mm,
not true. It's just a rumor. I would
right.
say that's
Never
greedy,
know.
but I think the reason why we
Hmm.
wanted to do this is because how absurd it is, and just, I can't believe it. I'm
Can you
really at a
imagine?
loss for words.
Can you imagine if New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe did the same thing? Then people would not buy another New Super Mario Brothers game forever.
Hey guys, John here, and there's a rumor that New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe will mine your Switch for cryptocurrency. Don't buy the game.
Uh, it's John Cartwright, everyone, on the show. Ah,
Yeah, we even got a Game Explain cameo. But anyways, I think that about covers it. Keep your Switch safe. I'm Demeech.
I'm Ty the Guy 2800.
And hopefully we can do a normal discussion after this.
Yep.